All right. So, okay, doke. So, what we're gonna do just basically for the first little bit is we kind of rushed through some stuff at the end of last session. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. You guys finally have a little bit of downtime. You've been chasing this little goal basically for the last, I don't know, in game time, probably like 6 months. And you finally come to the end of your semi end of the road. There's still adventures to be had in that dream realm, and there's still interest in that dream realm. And there's still some things to do with that dream realm as opposed to turning off the dreamstone and shutting down the nightmare realm to the point where it just encompasses the Caligaro house or wherever you're able to move the dreamstone to, which is another adventure in and of itself. It's a 6,000 pound stone in another dimension that you'll have to somehow get into this dimension and then move to where you want it moved to. So, inside the Caligaro house, though, in the dream realm, there is definitely a gate to another realm that you guys have the means to access should you decide to. But we're going to go back to the last few days. Everybody's kind of back in reality. You've got to the point where some of these things that you sold and had collected over the last several weeks to a month is fairly valuable, and you found yourselves with some fairly extreme means that you weren't really accustomed to. So some big purchases were made. Zed, do you want to show off your? Have you got your place all laid out?
It's not completely done yet. I've got most of the floors done.
Do you want to give the guys a virtual verbal tour of your new property?
Let me just pull it up. It's been a busy week. Let me.
Yeah, for sure.
Had. Because you said it was a 5-story.
Yeah, like I say, feel free to change any details that I might have said to fit whatever you want.
And I did. Let me do this. Can I do a rectangle draw? Yes. It's not done yet, but all right. Copy. Where's the chat? Paste.
Here we go.
So I'm working on it. What it is from top left is the top floor.
Okay, so this is in the roleplay chat, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
In the Lankhmar roleplay chat.
Yeah, the top floor is basically the very top left of it is the library and research. The right with the windows and such is the summoning area with the 2 chairs there being where we stare out in the telescope.
Okay.
And then the planning area at the table. The one to the right of it is the living quarters, immediately below.
Okay.
And I realize I have to put a door in there to get into the living quarters. But anyway, basically the open area is dining and such, the kitchen on the left, 2 bedrooms on the right, little bitty bathrooms. And then the next 2 floors down, which are the ones to the bottom left and middle, I'm going to segment those out into apartments.
Okay.
Somebody from our team can stay there, can rent them out, etc. And then the very bottom are the 2 stores that people lease out, with the doors down on the south side, the alleyway on the north side.
For the bottom one, feel free to double that size. Put another image of that same bottom section, and you kind of double it in size and have it so it also faces the alley inside and the street outside. So it would have to be roughly that big. But yeah, feel free to double the store, maybe 4 stores or something like that instead of just 2.
Okay.
So you can.
All right, and then I was going to put furniture and things in there. And I was actually looking at our program on Steam that goes on sale sometimes allows you to create a virtual walkthrough of it. So if that goes on sale,
Oh,
I'll
cool.
pick it up and do that. If it doesn't, I'll just stick to this stuff because it looks like the 70s and 80s, which is when people played the TSR like that.
Yeah,
So,
I like it. I like the vibe though. That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Did a good job.
yeah, that's my thing.
All
Did
right.
I see you taking our characters through this tour? Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
imagine he's kind of walking you around. This is what I got, and this
Yeah.
is this is. And as far as where this is in the city of Lankhmar, you are. If you get the Lankhmar map, if you want to scroll down the Carter Street, past Craft Street, somewhere between Craft and Cash Street on Carter Street you'll see something called Dim Lane. Let me see if I can throw some markers on here. This is Dim Lane right here. And beyond Dim Lane, there's a place called Dim Court. And it's just around this corner here. And essentially it is so hard to maneuver these drawings around because of there it is. I should be able to get that. There we go. So essentially it's these two buildings that we're centered on. If you can see the blue circle that just moved. So you're not far from the Silver Eel, which is the most famous tavern in Lankhmar, which is right there at the end of that pointer, which is also not far from Arthur's Place, which is at the end of this pointer. I'll probably do a circle for this one.
Wait a minute. I have the person screwing with people's minds right around the corner from me.
Yeah, he's just off the way a little bit.
Crap. I mean, welcome, neighbor.
Let's see here.
If I see zombie-looking people walking by, I'll know he's out for a stroll.
Yeah, this is right, pretty much where that circle is. A little south of that, that's Arthur's neck of the woods.
Okay.
So we'll get rid of these tokens or these circles. Arthur's house is, of course, Popov's house that he purchased off of Lord Danao.
Oh, neat.
Way back
Vampire
when.
house?
Yes.
Huh.
So the
So it has a history of mind control.
it does. That's the house that you guys went into where you secured the Book of Ibon for Rackernash and Lord Danao.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, Asami's got some news.
The Midnight Theater is under new management.
Of course, you guys will remember the Midnight Theater on the Street of the Gods, one section away from where Avis's church is.
So I was thinking that during the day, it'll be like matinee things that are safe for children. But during the evening, it would be like, as the day went by, the programming would get for older and older. And for the Midnight Theater's opening midnight run would be a reenactment of the story of Giant Luna saving the people. Remember when we were in the theater and the monster showed up?
Yeah, the initial play that you guys went to was called The Gourmand. And you went to that one specifically at the behest of Lord Danao because it had some vampiric overtones. It turned into something completely different.
Right. So the idea would be to reenact that, but it's a play, not reality. Right. So, yeah. And sort of, but misleading the audience to, so I don't like spoil Luna's identity or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So let's see here. I think I've got a a map of the Midnight Theater to put up for
It was in there somewhere.
Yeah.
we,
Let's see here. I'll share that with you.
so there's a lot of people that hang around Asami now. She's got a handful of followers. They all seem to work there. Not one particular individual that is acting very protective. He's kind of lit big.
And you have henchmen?
I have followers and a cohort now.
Oh, you took leadership.
She sure did.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, yeah, you're fancy.
One of the most powerful feats. Suppose if anyone should have cohorts.
And most of them are theater employees, like they're going to be fellow performers or stagehands or security, people who work the ticket booth, that kind of thing.
Vendors, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, get your beer here, that kind of thing.
Ushers.
There might not be a lawyer there to keep things safe and legal,
Roughly, there's about 30 employees? Ballpark?
Well, according to the feat, I get a pretty substantial amount of people. I wrote it down here.
Yeah, level
I was
plus
going to expand, giving them all their names and stuff. But I haven't got a chance to set it down.
No worries.
So it's 35 level 1,
That's what it was.
and then a handful of 2, 3, and
crap.
4,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So
Yeah,
about
3 level
40
twos,
people.
level
Yeah.
3, level 4.
That's a lot.
And then you have your cohort, who I
Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
is
7,
6th
aren't we?
level. No, wait, hold on.
Because they're
Are we
ninth level,
nine?
so it'd be 7th.
What's
yeah.
your leadership? Yeah, what's
I've
your
already
doesn't-
gone through the details
yeah.
of building the character, so I know what I have.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm just sharing a little bit. I'm keeping it vague. There's no
That's fine.
reason to go through the numeric details here.
Yeah, excellent. Very good.
You can fill the audience if it isn't a good showing. You just
That's all right. And she's also got
Let's see.
some external sort of. There's an accountant who's maybe one of the higher level up, and there's probably this is just for Ray. I was like probably maybe a barrister in case there's any legal matters,
Exactly.
that kind of stuff.
Someone
So
to run the like a boss.
Yeah,
runs the place.
maybe like an agent
'cause
kind
she's
of
in
thing.
Pathfinder. Yeah.
Yeah, cool, very cool.
Okay, then
Nice.
2 levels.
And I imagine that at least half are probably from the Entertainers Guild.
Oh
how many
yeah,
seats you got in the theater?
it's pretty big. I mean, it's probably like 500.
Whoa.
Let's see here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rows. 3, 4, 5,
Holy crap.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. 13 rows that have like at least 15 or 20 seats.
Okay.
Off the
That's
top of
pretty
my
good.
head. Plus, there's like a balcony.
The little side things like the nice English theaters.
Yeah, exactly. There's a couple
Yeah.
of those. And then there's also like
can
there's like the building next door comes with it. It's kind of attached underground. This where there's a bunch of apartments and stuff like that as well. So probably roughly in size, your apartment building and then the Midnight Theater are probably fairly equal. She's got a lot more basement space though.
Yeah, there's basement space, and then there's a dormitory. for
Yeah,
those that need a place
the
to
next
stay
door,
while
so.
they're working. Yeah.
That's funny.
So the basically the just for the math of it, just to get rid of the headache part, the income from the theater keeps everybody paid and happy, and takes care of all the theater upkeep and production costs. So it's a
It's
wash.
the concessions that go in his pocket.
That's right. It's the t-shirts. It's the merch.
We haven't
5
discussed those
gold piece
details yet.
T-shirts.
Yeah, the Midnight Theater after dark.
10 gold rooks for a beer,
It's like a real theater.
This is the theater that was kind of in just across the street from the Marsh District, so kind of like a little down and out theater. They had when Asami became aware that it was for sale, the owner, he was having a tough time making things work with a couple of different guilds and stuff like that. So he was highly motivated to sell, and the price was probably roughly the same as your apartment buildings at. So she got a good deal.
So I got a mild income stream.
Yep.
You've got a mild income stream.
Yep.
What is Arthur's mild income story? Should we ask? I think I remember it attached to the Thieves Guild, so that doesn't bode well.
Yeah, Arthur's selling souls. Selling souls to necromancers. That's it's way more lucrative than you might think.
Yeah, the population density of the neighborhood's going down.
Not this neighborhood, the surrounding ones.
Yeah.
The majority of people around Lankhmar don't have very valuable souls.
No.
That's
They're
true.
not the ones he harvests.
Yeah, they're not the ones worth summoning and doing all that other stuff for.
Yeah, he can only do it so many times per day. He's got to pick them carefully.
But Arthur and now Luna are also ranking members, and this is something. This is not a guild that just takes anybody. There's a set amount of people who are allowed to call themselves this. They're now ranking members of the Sorcerers Guild in Lankhmar.
Huh. Not something I'm striving for, so.
So also, if you noticed, I don't know if you guys ever go through the player's notes section at all. That's where I keep the recaps for all the different each different session and stuff like that.
Read them each time we come up. It
Okay.
pops up. So
Cool.
It's like, well, I'll wait for it to sync.
So in there, if you open up the player's notes section, you will see Jazzadroon's hero deck. You also see hero points where I've reset all your hero points to everybody's got one. Let me add Marcus in there. All right. So I don't know, when you open up that Jazzadroon's hero deck and you see the list of the images and stuff like that, are you able to see all the different cards? Like when you click
That
on
comes up for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
click on the piezo symbol, like say for the avalanche, you're able to see the image of the avalanche card.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Hey Keith, how you doing?
I'm good. I don't see anything what you're showing us.
Oh, okay. So we are in the player's notes section of the. So let's see. The toolbar to the far right. You'll see players.
Okay, hold on. I have two black boxes here that.
Oh, okay.
I just don't see anything. Do I just close them out or what?
Yeah, you can. I was just one was just Asami's new theater, and the other one was I think the map of Lankhmar, but Zed was also showing off his new apartment building. He's now a landowner.
I'm a slumlord.
Okay. Those are closed. And where do I go now?
Player's notes. So under tools, you'll see tool. This is to the far right of the side. Tool, library, and then player. There's a player note section. If you open that up, got the hero points. Let's see, I'm going to add for Valkeen and Midnight. So hero points are already reset. And then there's also Jazzadroon's hero deck. If you open that up, you should be able to scroll through and see all the different images of the cards
Okay.
in the hero deck.
And I have to choose one?
Nope. Don't worry about that for now. I just wanted to make sure that it's working.
I picked the good one.
What'd you pick?
I picked I don't know, but it's going to be a good one because I'm going to look everyone up if I have to pick.
That's not a bad idea to look everyone up if you have access to. Let's see here. I wonder if I can make this public. So what we're going to say is when sometime over the last few days, you guys also expressed it. It's a whirlwind. You're buying property and you're doing stuff. But you also expressed an interest in checking out Madam Carrington, a.k.a. Slack Babs, and Nahum Caligaro, a.k.a. Professor Dr. Caligari, or Dr. Caligaro. I just slipped. That was Dr. Caligari was the movie that I stole that from. So Slack Babs. So it was Carrington's Oneromancy, little shop in the night market. The shingle was taken down, but you knew where it was prior to that. You'd seen the place numerous times. A thin man with a fancy suit, hair slicked over. He's all decked out in black. Appears to be mourning. He was the one who told you that Madam Carrington had passed away in her sleep, and it was the night prior. Here's another little bit of info too. That when you guys went to the dream world, because you spent roughly a day and a quarter there. In real life, only an hour and a half or so had taken place in actual Lankhmar. You had only, like, your physical bodies had only been asleep for like an hour. So
That's better than the other place where we were gone
Yeah.
for a day and a month passed.
yeah, exactly. So this is the opposite. This is like pretty much one day to 1 hour, the opposite way.
Duly noted.
So you moved on from there. The guy's name was Maynard Colville. He'll still be around should you need anything, but Madam Carrington's services are no longer available, and he accepts any condolences if offered. In real life, if you ask around and try to get some info on her, she was a pretty nice woman. Actually, she helped a lot of her neighbors. Her readings were pretty bang on, and she tried to help some of her neighbors who were struggling through the nightmare plague. Because her interpreting dreams and stuff like that was her forte. So she was able to give some of her neighbors and customers tips on how to survive the troubles that came along with the expanding Dreamstone. He said that if you ask about it, he says that her cause of death was probably her heart gave out. She had been, I guess, unambulatory. She was only able to move her mouth and her eyelids. Like, she was unable to use her arms or legs, that kind of stuff. After, of course, you guys know in the background that it was the Sorcerers Guild who stripped her of her physicalness and sent that entity into the dream world as punishment for not obeying the Sorcerers Guild's laws. But Maynard Colville sort of speculates that her as long as her physical weakness finally overcame her heart probably gave out. There was no like mysterious stab wounds or anything like that appeared on the body, like you might have imagined if there was like an actual physical connection from Slack Babs to Madam Carrington. Is there anything else that you would want to know about Madam Carrington before we put that one to bed?
Can't think of anything offhand.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make... I wasn't sure how clear I was at the end of the last game because we were kind of jumping around from one spot to another. When you come back to to the real world after being in that fantastic place for so long. Everybody wants to kind of do a bunch of different things, so we'll just kind of go over a lot of that little stuff right now just to clarify a few things. Maybe set it into canon. So the other party that you wanted to check in on was Nahum Caligaro. So you hadn't really explored this aspect of the adventure at all, but on Wall Street, near the night market, there's a large open-air carnival with a bunch of buildings that surrounded it that kind of backed onto the night market, and it was called Fenwick and Moreau's Carnival. It's semi-seasonal. During the rainy season, they'd shut down, which is probably like a third of the year, where just pretty much just constant rain, as opposed to the more intermittent rain and fogs. So they would shut down for that time of the year. But when it was open, it was just basically your big city carnival sideshow. They run various gambling cons and stuff like that. You could pay a bronze eagle to see the bearded lady. There's all of the old carnival tropes from all the old movies. There was also an act there. The guy's name was Dr. Cesare Caligaro, and he was an older man, probably in his 70s, and he claimed that the young man that was on display in kind of like a coffin-like container, it was like a box or a cabinet of sorts that he had leaned up on the stage. He would have this, it was definitely 100% a sleeping man in the cabinet, but the man looked young, probably in his early to mid 20s, kind of pale, but still have like fairly vibrant, had full head of hair. He just looked like he was sleeping, and he introduced that sleeper as his father, that he'd been in this state for the last 70, 75 years. It was all part of the act that he could get this sleeping figure to maybe stand up and walk out of the cabinet and maybe motion to people in the crowd, that kind of stuff. And that was his act. So you find out that kind of background information. And then when you go into, you guys didn't get to witness any of it, because when you got there, you found out that the evening before, Dr. Caligaro had taken his own life, hung himself, and that the sleeper in the cabinet was most definitely dead. So you didn't really get a good look at the body or anything like that, but from description, it sounds like it might have been just a young version of Nahum Caligaro, which was the Nightmare Lord in the Nightmare City. And that Dr. Cesare Caligaro, his son, had been for the last 30, 40 years making a living in this little carnival as like a sideshow act. How the father, how Nahum Caligaro was able to stay alive, basically in a suspended animation of sorts. You're not really sure how powerful that magic would work. But it must have been pretty high-end stuff, because from what you saw, the spirits in the Nightmare realm were potent, and they'd been there for a long time. And there seemed to be an attachment between their real-world counterpart that was stripped of any One person was stripped of their physicality. Another person was stripped of basically their mental being. And there was kind of like an opposite of that left in the living world. Like Babs was stripped of her mobility, and the spirit, the night hag version of her in the dream world, didn't seem to have any bones in her body, and she kind of moved in a very creepy, disjointed manner. And Dr. Caligaro, he had a huge presence in the nightmare realm, and in the real world, or not Nahum Caligaro, in the nightmare world, had this huge presence. And in the real world, it was just basically a person asleep in a box. You also know of a third party that was specifically sequestered to that realm by the name of it's like an elven wizardess or sorceress by the name of Jazadrun. You've come across that name a bunch of times before. You'd actually been into a realm and saw what she was able to create before the Sorcerers Guild was basically, I guess, depends on how you look at it, but forced to confront her and take all that she had built away from her. In the Nightmare Realm, you found a few aspects of Jazadrun's work, mainly her hero deck. There is like a fortune teller in the Fenwick and Moreau's carnival who uses a hero deck of her own. If you want to ask about any of these cards and their meanings. During the final combat with the Nightmare Lord, when Nahum Caligaro tried to destroy Asami with basically like a cyclone of cards, cutting her body and stuff like that, she was able to react, and she pulled two of those cards out of the air in one hand and kind of went, ha-ha, and like the big moment. And I think the cards were, correct me if I'm wrong, Ray, it was the Sky and the Fiend.
I don't remember which ones I picked, so that sounds right.
Okay.
I was more for flavor. I wasn't trying to avoid damage or anything like
No, that was awesome. It gave me a little bit to play with, and it turned out to be pretty prophetic as well. So, in a little tent.
Last time I had a character draw from cards, it didn't. It was a surprising result. So
Yes.
I don't know. How excited I am about this.
So in the little tent, whether you peek in or go in, it's basically a lady at a table, and she's got some candles lit and a couple seats around, and she's got a deck of cards. Not dissimilar to the set that you have. Obviously, your design is a little bit different. Zed, did you hold on to that different card from the Mothman's presentation?
Don't remember.
I think
that was a bad card.
That one was, I think it was called the Wanderer. I don't know if anybody has it on their character sheet or not. Let me check
if I had gotten the card, I'm sure I would have kept the card.
Oh, no, it's still in the party sheet.
Okay.
Oh, it was not the Wandering, it's the Wending Way. This is what it looked like.
When?
The Wending Way.
Okay.
It was...
well,
the ones
I drew it. I'd keep it.
Yeah, what were the ones that Sami drew again?
Asami drew the Fiend and the Big Sky.
Look up. There's a fiend coming to you from the big sky.
Yeah.
So if this is all kind of reactive to everything, Keith, we're just kind of at the wrap up part of the last adventure. Moving on to the next one. Were you able to check out any of the videos that I put up? To kind of.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I've been insanely busy.
Yeah, no worries. It's understandable. So here's the quick and dirty. I don't know if you got to the dream world or not.
We're about to take on some big baddie, and that was it.
Okay, so basically they took the big baddie down, and then had to search the rest of the room. They've discovered that there was a gate to another realm beyond the dream realm, and that with 6 implements they're able to unlock it, and they've collected all 6 of those items. But and then they return to like waking Lankhmar. Wanking Lankhmar is a different show.
Different kind of game.
Yeah. To waking Lankhmar, and at that point you guys are kind of all doing the aftercare for the adventure, selling all the stuff that you got, investigating, seeing what happened to these people who you kind of run into in the other end of the world. So the sign on the tent, it says Mistress Rihanna, Riana. Have your fortune told.
Well, I think our fortunes have been told. Maybe we should find out what they mean.
She sees you guys kind of milling around outside the tent. Come in. Sit.
Okay.
Sit.
Hey.
And you see a little pot with bronze eagles and iron ticks in it and stuff like that. Feel free to contribute. Although it's not necessary. Oh, it's a big spender. What brings you to?
I'm a slumlord.
Now you're a slumlord. Excellent. What brings you to Mistress Rihanna? Do you wish to see your future? Do you wish to interpret your past? Perhaps your present is...
Actually, 2 of those. The past, which I pull out the card, and the future. You tell me.
Okay. Which cards?
The one that I got that you mentioned.
The wind,
past or whatever.
The Wending Way?
Wending Way.
She looks at that, and you can make a sense motive check.
Okay.
Or anybody who's in the tent wants to can make a sense motive check.
Mine's not big, but I'm guessing Arthur has a big sense motive because it's mind related.
The sense motive's all right.
I think Asami's the sense motiver.
Better than mine.
All right, so
Yeah.
to Zed, she's just kind of looking at the card, and Arthur, she's definitely interested. In Asami, you can tell that she's kind of maybe blown away by this card in particular, and she says, "Where did you find such a card?"
In a world of dreams.
Surely you jest. No, tell me truthfully, and I will tell you what I know of it.
Do we have a name for the dream world we went to?
Well, all the people in Lankhmar call what's happening to them the Nightmare Plague. So I don't know if you call it the Nightmare Realm or...
Well, I'll lean closer to her and I say it was quite literally the Nightmare Realm.
You went to this place?
I did. We did. I waved my hand.
How? I would know.
That might cost extra.
Yeah, I'd rather not dig into the details. Because,
If you tell me, I will tell you all I know.
Well, through a ritual we conducted, all of us participating to break forth the veil.
Incredible. And this card, you were actually able to physically bring it back with you from this place.
I was. I'm hoping somebody such as yourself can help me know what it means.
There was a time that there were 6 cards in the standard hero deck that are no longer there, and they had no suit. Many of the new decks, most of the new decks, do not have a card like this. This was called the Wending Way. It's indicative of the journey that you are taking, the mystery ahead, your road. Whether there's peace in your past, I do not know. How was it oriented when you first saw it?
I'll put it whatever way it was.
Okay, you can maybe make an intelligence or wisdom.
Was it upright or reversed?
Okay, you remember that specifically?
I say, was it upright or was it reversed?
Okay, do you remember?
I think it was upright.
Okay.
I think it was.
I need you. I'm being summoned by my wife. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
We can let Asami do hers, and then when he comes back, we'll go back to him.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Yeah. So Asami just shows her both cards.
Okay.
And
are you going to show, like, are you going to pull them out of the rest of the deck, or do you have them kept separate?
Yeah, do we all have cards, or is it just those two?
It's what I've done is I've made the notes section, because if we go to the next adventure where the hero deck is important, there'll be like a mini game where you pull out cards for little bonuses during the adventure. So I want to make it available for everyone to see what the cards were, and that they were able to see the pictures on the cards and stuff like that. But I think only one person's actually physically holding the cards now, and I'm pretty sure it is Asami, but I'm not 100%.
I thought we had decided that since the cards were thrown at Asami and dealt damage, and she tried to grab them out of the air like a,
Yeah. So she's got the 2 cards.
The 2 that she managed, that she grabbed, she would have kept aside.
Okay. And she got the other ones.
The
Are you going to show her the rest of the deck, or just these 2 cards?
Well, I could show that I have the deck.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm more interested in what the 2 cards that I caught in air. She's concerned that by catching them, that she is then, whatever they come with, has cursed her. And curse is a strong word, but that they carry meaning that is unintended. I guess that's better. Let's tone it down a little bit. And wants to know and understand if there's something she needs to worry about. Like, is there a dude around the corner that's going to propose to her?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
That kind of thing. So that's what she's concerned about. But does not have any superstitious feeling about the cards. Just a matter of that by catching these cards to attempt to avoid damage, that I actually hurt myself more than the cuts that they gave me.
Okay, so you show her the big sky and the fiend, and you're thinking back. I guess we're gonna give you just a DC 10 intelligence check to see if you orient them the way that you actually, because that'd be a pretty big moment. Like in your mind, you would probably think to yourself, "Oh, that's exactly like that'd be pretty memorable. This is how I caught them." So let's give yourself another +2 to that.
Okay, it's baked into this roll.
That's gonna actually make it worse what you just did.
Yeah, I don't understand why I just added a 2 in the temporary.
Oh, because you... Okay. Roll again. So we're just going to... Yeah, we're going to add 2 more. Okay. There we go. Okay, perfect. So you remember the big sky was facing up and facing you, and the fiend was downwards, upside down and facing you. So,
there might have been blood marks on the card that matched her cut that she could line up that would help explain that orientation.
Okay, yeah, there probably still is. So she looks at the big sky card, and she says, this card indicates that in an epic moment, those who were oppressed were freed from some great burden. And then and then she says, with the fiend being upside down, it says that some dark and extremely intelligent creature in the area was endangering the populace, but this being upside down, it indicates that somehow your actions have indicated the salvation from a great calamity that would have taken place at the hands of this fiend. You are blessed.
Thank you.
Oh, that is indeed what we believe occurred in this realm. So that's a relief.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the Wending Way, she says that lost card is from a different deck than the one that Asami has, and that were you able to somehow acquire the other 5 cards, it might and perhaps the original deck that it came with. Somehow you might be able to acquire great power. Those lost cards are very archaic. Not many know of them. And they are powerful in the hands of somebody who would know how to use them in the reading. And that she would offer you 150 silver smarducks right now for that card. And this is the description of it. It's a single card depicting a lone traveler holding an object aloft while traversing a winding path into the horizons. Ominous, dark-shaped terrain encroaches from either side. The words "The Wending Way" are etched on the bottom back of the card. On the bottom of the card, the back of the card depicts a design that of a geared wheel inset with laughing and crying masks. 6 symbols are interspersed between the wheel's cogs: a crown, a sword, a shield, a book, a key, and a star. And of course, you know those symbols.
I've heard of them. Yeah. So which card does she want to buy?
The lost card, the Wending Way, the one that was underneath the Mothman's donation cup. Yeah, the one that's Zed. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to sell it?
Just want to know what it is for now.
There's a potential path to wealth or doom, as is any.
Choose wealth. Choose wealth.
Yeah, I'll go with the better one.
Sometimes it's not our choice. And she says, you think that they're just cards, just pictures and words, good for gambling or faking townsfolk out for a few eagles. Go on and think that. I don't mind. These cards know where you've been and where you're going. And it's not pretty. Not at all. So walk away or stop and learn to turn a few remaining pages of the story of her life into a tale worth telling. Or don't. After all, they're only cards. She does a little bit of powder into a...
Can Sami see through the performance and determine how much what she's saying is for effect and how much there's truth behind it?
Absolutely. It's got the little powder and the poof, and then there's like a little jingling behind her and stuff like that. You can make I would say another sense motive check, or either perform whatever you're better at.
I'm pretty good at sense motive. Yeah, we'll go. I think it's the more fitting is sense motive.
Okay,
it's pretty good.
You can tell she's full of shit. She's 100% making it up, but at the same point in time, she does have quite a bit of knowledge about these cards, and she may have a little bit of magic in her pocket that she obviously doesn't want to show the public. But
not that any of us do.
Yeah. So, it's probably maybe a similar circumstance, but she's a lot more protective of it than you are, and she's relying on physical props and trying to be archaic and stuff like that. She's also trying to earn a living from it too. So, when she's finished, she kind of makes a flourish towards her cup.
Dude, I already put in a silver. Don't get.
She can go over all the cards with you and tell you, read them all out, but you can also just look up Hero Deck, and I don't know if there's an online where it tells you the different things or not.
I think there's different versions, because the one I looked up, you read something a little bit different, and then somebody wound up marrying a genie. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know who would fall into that trap.
Oh yeah.
So right now you have like basically just the cards and the pictures that are available to you. If you want to spend some time and maybe 10 silver smearducks, I can also include the actual descriptions with each of the cards, and she'll go over all that with you. But of course, you can do that. We can do that off camera.
All right. I mean, I also.
Sorry, I would say Sami also drops the silver in the tip cup. She did do a service. So.
Okay. Paying for the
Arthur, you got any cards?
Arthur will drop a relatively smug smile.
Most kind of you. I can tell that kindnesses are not things that you frequently partake of. I am humbled, sir.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so if you want to take say an hour and with a little notebook for 10 silver smearducks, she'll jot down the description of each card and each interpretation.
Well, what do we do with it? Now that we got a crib sheet, isn't the Hero Deck all about shuffle and draw? It's not about hold something in your wallet.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's about shuffle and draw and learn what they mean and stuff like that. You'd have to, basically she's giving you the bare bones of a playbook, how to work a deck like this.
I think Sami would do that.
Okay.
Learn it.
Yeah, you don't have to commit to memory or use up any skill points or anything like that. But you've got a notebook with 6 pages. Each page has all the different there's 6 suits of cards. Each suit of cards corresponds with a symbol, and the symbols are the magic items that you guys got. The book is intelligence. The star is charisma. The key is dexterity. The what else was there? The heart was constitution. The crown was charisma. The star was, I think, wisdom. And I'm trying to think what the other one is. I'm always missing one. The sword was strength. So each suit has 10 cards. Or 9 cards. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 9 cards. 9 times 6 is 54. And each of the 9 cards corresponds with like lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil. All the 9 different alignments. So each card in each suit represents an alignment and an ability.
You never know when Asami has to bluff her way through a reading. So now she at least knows how to talk the talk.
Yeah. And you also have like the symbols on the back of the cards. You can tell that this isn't from the this deck that you have isn't the same one that Zed has, but it's probably made by the same person. Just based on the symbols,
Guys, I'm sorry, I gotta run.
Okay, take care, Keith.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, the symbols correspond to some of the symbols that you saw down in Jazzadrun on the lost card. And the suits correspond to those different symbols that are on the back of the Winding Way.
Didn't we say we wanted to go back into there at some point?
Yeah, well, there's still the Nightmare Plague is still going on. So the Dreamstone is still acting on its own accord. And from what you've known of it, from what you studied, its area is getting bigger and bigger based on the people who actually die in the dream world. So it's expanding out like I think for every hit dice of that pass away in the dream world, its I guess diameter increases by another foot. So it's not like a massive increments overnight, but every night 5 or 10 feet. So let's see here. So we're up to like, I would say probably 800, 900 feet the radius of the Dreamstone, and it's kind of creeping over to. It's creeping over to where the theater is, where Zed's old house was, the apartment. Almost down to where the Iron Tikkun was. So it's not only encompassed all of the. It's kind of like that, but I would I would definitely shift it over a little bit. It's just the map being what it is. It's too massive for me to be able to grab the center of that and shift it a bit to the left or to the right to center it on the Caligara house. But in order to shut that down, you have to do the ritual in like proximity with the Dreamstone in the dream world. So you'd have to do it in the Caligaro house in Lankhmar, as opposed to the Caligaro house in the Nightmare Realm. That would kind of put it to dormant again. And you don't have to travel from one realm to the other to do it. So the DC of the checks are going to be considerably lesser, because you're not like actually transferring your lucid dreaming self into the dream world. And I guess
a new feat for that.
Yes, absolutely. And probably thinking about how I can travel from Lankhmar into that space without the ritual, without like dreaming and leaving my dreaming self alone and vulnerable in the city while my spirit's off in the dream world kind of thing. Actually, how to physically go from one place to the next.
If only somebody had a platoon of people that could surround us. Some leader in the group.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, you guys...
Arthur's definitely interested in heading back into the dream realm. There's some things he wants to learn about it.
Okay. So Arthur wants to like physically go to the dream realm.
I'm with you.
As opposed to just doing the ritual and basically setting, I guess, putting
it's a literal world of possibility.
Yeah. So
there could be something very interesting in there.
There's also people dying daily from the nightmares. So
that can be fixed. That's fine.
Fixed dying?
Think about what can be learned though.
No. Just no.
If
but
learning what you know or knowing what you know of the Dreamstone, if you did set it to dormant, it wouldn't just collapse in on itself immediately. It would slowly start to shrink by, like, I'd say probably like 50 feet a day.
Yeah, how long would it take if we wanted it to grow back in size? How long would that take? Would it require more deaths?
Yeah, you'd have to activate it again, and then people would have to die in the dream world to start expanding it out again.
I don't mind keeping a pocket dream world. I don't think we should destroy the people in the city for it.
Yeah, the dream world would still say if you made it dormant, it would be basically 100-foot diameter around the Caligara house. And that's
or wherever we move the stone.
Yeah. But right now, it would be the Caligara house.
Considering the fact that time moves far slower within there, I think that we could spend a little bit of time within there exploring the outskirts before we make it go dormant. There could be something important with it. There could be something important within the vast expanse of the dream world.
So the dream world we think is a 1-for-1 of the material plane. It's not like, hey, we could take our pocket dream world somewhere and not contaminate the regular world, but we could go have fun out there.
I think, like, definitely right now, that dream pocket, it probably expands out. It's like a half a mile or so. Not even half a mile, maybe a quarter of a mile or so from the Caligaro house. And in that, there's various monsters and nightmares and that kind of stuff roaming around the city that are kind of feeding off the dreams of people who are forced to like stay in this area and live in this area. So if you made it dormant, it would shrink by a smaller amount every day, and probably over the course of like 3 weeks, maybe a month, it would shrink down to basically it's just containing the Caligaro house and the grounds around it. At which point, anything that had survived in that dream realm that hadn't been shunted out or whatever would just be in that little pocket, and from that pocket, you could use it to explore like just that area. You know that there's one place to explore, and that's the gate that Caligaro had sealed off. That has a connection to Jazadrun, his fellow prisoner. The city itself, though, like, if you guys went back to the city itself and spend a few days in there, it would only be hours in the real world.
Yeah, that's why my thought is we could spend a few days exploring some of the more expanded parts of the dream world, and then once we feel like we've taken as much as we could then make it go dormant, shrink it down a little bit, minimize the casualties, whilst maximizing what we could potentially. Because there could be like places that it's expanded towards that might have something of value.
I think there was a couple things that you guys saw externally. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you did see kind of like a large shadowy figure in the top floor of Ledbetter's apothecary. You did see that, kind of like up in a window, because it was his apothecary was right across the street from the Caligaro house. Let me see if I can draw an actual circle on the map here that we can kind of center on where the Caligaro house is in Lankhmar. God damn it. There we go. Okay, so if you consult the Lankhmar map, the big blue circle in the center of that kind of lone house off to the side, that's the grounds of the Caligaro house. And across the street from that kind of almost triangular building, that's Ledbetter's apothecary, which is the place where you've taken a few bodies, the remains of a couple creatures. You've purchased magic items from him. He's an alchemist of sorts, old man. He was interested to hear about your adventures. He had a bit of a connection with Rakarnash. I don't know if you remember Silas Ledbetter or not. But in his house across the street, the top of his building, there was a large shadowy figure moving around. You couldn't exactly see. It's in the Nightmare Realm, everything's always kind of dark and gloomy. But imagine a window at the top of a 4 or 5 story building with a whole bunch of like lightning rods and stuff like that attached to the roof. The top apartment kind of almost to itself, almost like a bell tower of sorts, but it's actually just like an attic and a peaked roof and a flickering candle in the background. And you can kind of see every once in a while a massive shadow would go by the window. You didn't actually see the form. So you knew that there was something there. You also knew that there was packs of those Yeth hounds and shadow mastiffs roaming the streets. There's those spiders the dream spiders were everywhere. There was also, you didn't get up near where Luna came in. I don't know if Naz is in the building or not right now. I don't think so. But where Luna came into the dream world, it was she came in right in the middle of Nightmare Alley. Or was that you, Arthur? I can't remember. Where did you come in, Arthur?
I think he was in his. I think it was in his own.
His house. That's right. Yeah, that's right. He came in his house, or his dream version of his house. And then once he got to the street was actually the Street of the Gods, which wasn't far from Avis's church. Asami came in at the Midnight Theater. Zed came in at his new apartment, and I think Luna. No, it was Velkeen that came in on Nightmare Alley, and he had to outrun some wolves and escape a spider. And it was on the Street of the Gods. Where is it? That Luna came in somewhere on the Street of the Gods, like a back alley that attached north of the Street of the Gods. And she doesn't tell you what she had to face. as she is notoriously tight-lipped about anything other than her profession. But there's definitely there is the there's areas in there that you're familiar with that probably have a nightmare version of that you could explore. There's also the Velkeen told you that Nightmare Alley, there was that creepy old courthouse too that had its own version in the Nightmare realm. So there's plenty of things to look at and explore if you want to spend a few days or weeks or...
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you want to...
Sami, you good? Do you get anything for your theater from going there?
I'm sorry? What was the question?
Yes. Going into the dream world for a period of time, would that be of worth to you?
Yeah. At heart, Asami is a treasure hunter and always looking for a good story. So, yeah.
Okay. So keep in mind that, like, if you spent, like, 24 days in there, it's basically only one day of being asleep in the real world. So, not too much of an impact on the people that are going to live or die anyway. There's not much you can do about that regardless. And it won't really impact your new ventures or anything like that. Where do you?
She's got people for that.
Yeah. Where do you want to conduct the ritual this time? Because last time you did it at the Church of Ita, and Avis was able to close up shop and was attempting to look over your bodies until she was snatched away into the nightmare realm by Slack Babs herself. The night hag used some of her abilities to escape the realm temporarily and haul Avis back with her.
If we went there again, it would be the same situation. Have a safe place with someone who we know. We could also use Zed's new place.
Yeah, which of our places falls within that realm?
I think the theater would. Your old apartment would.
I no doubt. The theater sounds like a good place to do this.
Okay, and also the actual ruins of the Caligaro home too. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know that if you conducted that ritual, you would essentially put the Dreamstone into a dormant state, which would start the counter on it winding down, and it would save you from doing the ritual twice. So you could do the ritual and travel through at the same time, as opposed to just kind of do the shutdown.
It'll shrink according to like Lankhmar time, not like its own time, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So in 24 days, it would shrink a day's worth of 50 feet.
All right. Well, that's not a bad idea to do it there then.
Okay.
Do it where?
At the Caligaro house. So if you do it in the proximity of the Dreamstone, you kill two birds with one stone instead of having to conduct the ritual twice and potentially have something bad happen. You could do the ritual and then also breach the Veil of Dreams at the same time and appear back in the Caligaro house. The one thing is you'd probably want someone to watch over your sleeping forms. Can you think of any NPC other than Avis? Avis doesn't really want any part of going back there. She's heard what happened, but she's not really sure what happened. And she's got her church, of course.
Well, we could have Valkeen watch us, and if he comes and wants to play, then he have a reason to join us.
Okay, you could do that.
Yeah, that way he's active, but he's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We had a friend from the Thieves Guild too, didn't we?
Rakarnash, yeah.
Rakarnash, yeah. We can
Yeah, it's layers.
pay him.
We need to have a reason to have Jeff join us when he's able to play also.
Yeah, for sure.
And a new friend.
Yeah, the new friend. I think I might just. I was going to introduce him in the Caligaro house because his character was kind of investigating the goings on there, at the behest of someone you're mildly familiar with, who is interested in the roundabout of what's been happening. So as an investigator of sorts, he was checking out the Caligaro house in Lankhmar, like the ruins of it. And I was gonna introduce him. That I might as well just do it, and then we can jump on.
Considering the fact that I know it was Babs who drew Avis into it last time, but it's not improbable that next session his character could have been dragged in as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Or you could just meet him in there. Somehow he's in there.
I'm saying if you want to save his introduction, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Or maybe he could kind of catch the tail end of the portal being open, in a way.
Yeah.
And kind of falls asleep and awakens. Yeah. Let's save it then. That's a good idea, Mark. Okay. So, the ritual. Are we going to bother rolling? I'm going to say that for the wormwood wine and some of the other more esoteric components, I'm going to charge you guys, say, 20 silver smaragds as a whole.
Arthur will pay that price.
Okay. So done.
He feels like flashing his cash at the moment.
Is anybody going to indulge in drugs? Last time, it was helpful to use shiver to fight off sleep effects, and trance to fight off. What was the other? I think fear effects, or vice versa. I can't remember. I'd have to look up the ritual itself.
So, I took this feat, the Lucid Dreamer.
You sure did.
Does that help in any way?
Yes. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, we're not going to worry about all the.
I figured some of it doesn't apply to this game, but I just thought it would be appropriate theming wise.
Yeah, and it'll apply to the. Yeah, I'm going to make it useful to you. Absolutely.
If I think I can forego the drugs and rely on that, I'll do that.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I think Arthur indulged in shiver, I think. No?
Yeah, it was shiver.
Yeah. Let's see here. This is just going to be like an overall roll. This isn't going to be the actual do the ritual roll. Just to kind of give me an idea of how rocky the ride was getting through. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
Very.
Yeah. So there's a couple interruptions in the ritual. people in the waking world who are like transients and that kind of stuff, kind of peeking around the house, even though it's basically a place of death. There's a lot of desperate people and a lot of people with wild ideas about this or that. And they've interrupted the ritual several times, costing you a few hours of real life time. So by the time you guys...
That's several days you're going to spend, yeah.
So by the time you guys actually get to it, it's like 10 or 11 o'clock at night when you maybe started the ritual at like 6 or 7 o'clock sundown. So it's taken some time. I'm not going to impose any penalties on anybody, but you kind of come through into the nightmare realm and you feel like you haven't slept in a while, even though I'm not going to give any like fatigued or exhausted or anything like that, but it's just like that. You get a bad night's sleep and then you got to go to work the next day at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you kind of get that kind of groggy sensation that kind of dogs you for a couple hours until your coffee kicks in and that kind of stuff. So you come through into the nightmare realm. Where did you do you remember in the actual Caligaro house where you did the ritual? There's a few places that might be more appropriate than others. There's Caligaro's bedroom is 1. There's the temple, that's 2. There's the kind of like the drawing room upstairs. There's the kind of game parlor downstairs. There's the Mothman's room where he had his...
We did the ritual while in the house?
You did the ritual
This time.
in the Caligaro house in Lankhmar.
Okay.
Because that...
I don't remember that.
What that does is completing the ritual, that puts the dreamstone into its dormant state where it can start to shrink. In addition to that, because you did it there, that's where you're going to come out in the dream world.
Okay.
In the nightmare realm,
right.
Call it. Do you have any idea where you would have...
Well, either the temple or the Mothman area, because he was obviously the strongest link to it.
Okay.
So those are my votes. Temple or Mothman area.
Anybody else?
So far, so good.
All right.
Good.
So we all had roles in the last ritual that we had to do.
Yeah.
Are we hand waving that?
Yeah, I'm just kind of hand waving that.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm going to say that it took 3 attempts to get through this time, and that's why you guys are kind of all sort of like tired.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is I'll drag everybody here, and then we'll move. Get rid of Midnight for now, and Valkeen. Oh, by the way, you're going to introduce your new your new buddy going to be coming through too?
Yeah, he's definitely coming. He is like confused that you're wanting to enter this dream world on purpose, because he came off like a massive bender, like he was trapped. So he's like a recovering junkie, in that he had like this was giving him problems, and then when we did what we did, we, took a lot of people off these drugs, and he was one of them that we saved. That's why he's with us.
What was his drug of choice? What was it? Was he using?
What was the first one that we did? That's
trance.
That's the timing. Trance. So we'll say it was trance.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he would not want to partake in them because he's like, I just kicked that habit. I don't want to choose to do this.
Okay. What? Let me see what kind of skills and stuff he has. How he would have contributed to the ritual. See what's his best. Perception.
Probably similarly like what Valkeen did. Perception is his best skill. Okay. Or climb. I don't think he has to climb anything. Acrobatics, like the physical things, is what he would be good at.
Okay. Let's see here. Is it okay to show a picture of him?
Yeah. I mean, you guys have to look at him. Whenever we're standing in a room, he's stand behind a zombie in the bodyguard stance, like he is literally the Secret Service agent keeping her safe. You know.
Is he dressing in a suit?
No, that'd be funny. But no, he looks like a Viking barbarian berserker.
Oh, yeah, imagine the first time Arthur sees him, he'll raise an eyebrow, just asking, who's this knuckle dragger?
Yeah. Third worst.
How many animals did he have to kill for his outfit?
Yeah, he lost count.
Yeah, so he's got a big ass axe. He's got like one of those fur cloaks. His name is Skjor, I think you pronounce it.
Skjor, yeah.
Yeah.
Skjor, okay.
He's famously from the north. Lankhmar.
I told my wife what I was doing with this character, and I was trying to think of a Viking-sounding name, and she came up with Skjor because she thinks that means shield in Norse, and her job is to keep Asami safe. So,
awesome!
That is the origin of the name. Yeah,
cool. And yeah, I think the word skull too is almost like a cheers. I think they yell at Vikings games. So he comes through. You guys come through. You're kind of in between the Mothman's room and the temple. The temple's where a lot of the action took place the last time, and the room where the Phantasmagoria was, the Mothman's little presentation. It's now dark. There's no Mothman's not in there. Zed has the dream beacon, whether in his pocket or somewhere on his person. That's the star that corresponds with the lock gate upstairs. So when you come through, it takes a few minutes to kind of everybody gets through in kind of dribs and drabs, and there's no. You didn't have to fight your way through kind of like a misty veil like you did last time. You knew you were familiar enough with the place to guide yourself through. Zed is the first one through. He has the easiest time of it. He has the easiest time commanding his dreaming mind into going where he wants to go. He's like subconscious. He's been working on that. And then Arthur comes through next, and then Asami and Skjor, and then Luna comes through last this time. We don't know if she came through last time or not, but she was the one who has to do the knowledge planes check that kind of guides you guys through. So you come into the house, and you're maybe like talking to one another quietly, waiting for everyone to kind of get through. The temple is quiet. There's the room where everyone was kind of those two guys were smoking and kind of chatting back and forth. Those two figures are obviously gone. You took care of them. They were Belkers. We're gonna get everybody to make just a wisdom check, just a random straight up wisdom check for everybody is in the room except for Skjor, who wasn't here last time. Those are some good rolls. Okay. Yeah. So everybody over 15, which is all of you guys. You remember that before they turned into Belkers, the last thing they said was, "What is the Lankhmar guard doing searching through the house?" And they were looking, because they were smoking shiver, and the clouds of it were in the room. They were looking from the shiver clouds. They were actually able to see into the real world, Lankhmar house, from using the drug. and there were Lankhmar guards sifting through the house at that point. And then you hear, "Help! I'm not supposed to be here," coming from that chamber. The same as you heard.
Now, or is that what we... Okay.
Yeah, you guys are all here. And you heard it last time too, but you kind of ignored it. So this poor bastard just spent like another 75 days here that he trapped.
His mind is broken. We'll give him to Arthur.
But you can still hear that coming from, I'm going to use the pinger on this map because we can see it, this room here. One of the doors. There was a door that you couldn't open, or you didn't try to open. These two doors you did open, so I'll open them up. So this looks like a closet of some sort. What would you like to do?
Yeah, while we're in here proper, Arthur will set up his good old his jackets. Why did that roll? I don't know why that rolled, but he was supposed to be trying to cast the jacket smile upon himself.
Okay.
Always good to have precast.
Yeah, for sure. And any like mage armors, that kind of stuff, feel free to.
Yep.
Yeah, mage armor. That's a good plan as well. It'll last a long time.
Is there any effects on your characters that are kind of lingering from the old that shouldn't be on there?
Yeah, let's look.
Go look here.
There used to be a module that you or a extension that you could put on where players were able to control their effects, like they were able to add them and take them down themselves.
Does the damage reduction, is that, even though it doesn't list it on the battle tracker, it still applies, right?
Let's see here. I'm not sure what you mean. Oh yeah.
So it doesn't need to say that on the combat tracker.
It does need to say it.
Does it?
Yeah, it does need to say it.
Okay.
I think we have to put it in the combat tracker. So if you drag it on.
Yeah. Effect. Like that.
There we go. Perfect. Right? Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, it's on. Oh, he's a barbarian. Gotcha.
And I guess, not that this is going to matter, but it probably needs to be in there. Okay. He's fixed now.
That might give him permanent AC bonuses against all things.
You'll turn it off when it's applied. You'll turn it off for now, and then when it pops up, you can turn it on.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I just wanted it listed.
No, you can list it on.
Oh no, you can list it. You could toggle them on and off.
Yeah, if you just
there's a couple things toggled on and off.
That way, you won't have to reload it.
Yep.
All right. Well, guy's like, he's still having problems. Should look over that way.
That guy. I'm gonna.
You said it was up here. Is that where the pinger went? Oh, up there in the door. All right, the guy goes that way and says, "Hey, I'm going to look inside." Should wait for people to catch up if they want to.
You can see you should precast
a few. Screaming and demanding help. May as well.
Yeah, it's been going on for. Well, it's been at least probably like this is probably like day 4 since you've been back with all the different things that you have to do. Some large purchases.
Starting my dreams.
Yeah, exactly. So probably close to 100 days. So it's right. So not this chamber here was the. Which one was it?
That door, right? If she flips the door open, that's where it's from?
No, this door here. I'll ping right over top of it.
Oh, okay. So then she goes into the next room. To the door.
Yep. It's locked. So there's definitely... The noise is definitely coming from the door. She can definitely... She can feel it. It's like a physical sensation. She can hear it. And it's, oh, Isaac, please help. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Disable device.
Yep.
Pulls out her lockpicks. Oh, and rolls a 1.
1. Okay. She drops him down to the floor. She's kind of like fumbling. And make a perception check.
Her or everybody?
No, just Pakai.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay. She reaches down and picks him up. Feel free to
try it again.
Yep.
All right. This time.
I may want to take 10 this time.
Yeah, can I just take 10?
You just take 10. Yeah. What's your plus 19? So 29. Yep. Yeah. It takes about 30 seconds. It doesn't take the whole minute. And when you
well, taking 10 you could do immediately. It's taking 20 that takes 20 times longer.
Oh, okay.
She's like looks at that guy behind her. It's like he bothers me.
So taking 10 only takes 1 round as opposed to 10 rounds.
Yeah. Taking 10 just takes the normal amount of time. You're putting an average effort.
Oh, okay. I always thought it took 10 rounds.
No, taking 10 is just something you can do. I mean, you could change it to where it's like a diet version of take 20.
Okay, cool.
If you want to, yeah.
No, that's fine. I didn't know that. It's good to know. All right, so
yeah,
you pop it open.
It's very different from taking 20.
Yeah, definitely. Taking 20 is 2 full minutes, or at least.
It's 20 times longer. So
20 times longer. So 1 round, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The door opens to reveal a nightmarish sight. An amorphous mass of mouths and eyes bound together by rotting gray flesh gibbers in a rising crescendo. The form of a man has melted into this mass from the waist down, his white hair and terrified visage seeming familiar. He screams, "Something went wrong! I'm not part of this thing! You have to kill me again! Please!" And when he says again, the flesh of the other bodies, like melted wax, oozes up as the mouths gibber, "Not to kill, not to kill." When he says again, you recognize him. This is the Blessed One, Esdegor, who has formed into a gibbering mouther. So this is the guy who learned to travel in his dreams on his own here. And he was visiting with the Nightmare Lord on his own. And this is the guy that brought back the Clavis Somnus and the Paginarum Lethargica. And this is the guy who was the head of the cult, Those Who Hear. But now his body, like his upper torso of his body, has kind of melted into a gibbering mouther, which is the creature that his cult had summoned in the basement. I think you guys probably recall that fight. Yeah. So I am going to start the fun off with...
Guy shuts it and goes, "Zed, you don't want to see this."
You're too young for this, Zed.
No, Dreamer gone bad.
Let's see here. What is the gibbering? 60 feet, so... Oh. Wrong one. So let's first open the door. So I think shift, open. There we go, make that visible. Identified it. And then...
Is whatever this is a mind-affecting thing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, let me turn on some bonuses then.
All right. Take a moment. Turn on your bonuses. They're
on now.
Turn on your feeble bonuses.
Let's see. Do they apply correctly? Huh.
Arthur.
Supposed to have a +4. Why does he have a +3?
Let's see. Arthur. I don't know. I don't see anything that you have in the combat tracker that would give you a -1.
That's strange.
Maybe there is an overlap. Maybe there is a it might be a resistance bonus.
Oh, it's not counting. Yeah, it's not counting my racial ability. That's weird.
Okay, you might have
Maybe I
to
didn't set that up correctly. I'll have to fix that.
You might have to yeah, I don't see it in the combat tracker.
You don't see it?
Which racial ability?
Save to mind-affecting disease.
Oh, obedient. Okay, got it. Yep, I do see that.
Yeah, yeah. The obedience one, that one works. There's one below that.
Maybe we'll just get rid of on that effect. Maybe we'll just get rid of the will mind affecting. Just make it save to profane, and that way.
No, that one works.
Oh, okay, that one works.
It's the 1-2 below that doesn't work. It seems. I'll have to mess with it.
Okay, no matter. You saved anyway. The only one who didn't save was Luna, who is gibbered me timbers. Let's see here, which is
says silly things like I'm a wizard.
She's confused. All right. Feel free to roll initiatives as the sound bursts into the chamber.
You want score a separate initiative?
Yes, please. Do you want me to do it?
I got it.
Got it. Do you want to run score tonight just for fun, or do you want me to take over?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll
Okay.
do it. If it gets overwhelming, I'll let you know.
Perfect. Okay.
Maybe that. Hold on. Quickly target Arthur with some will safe effect. Let's see if that changed it.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
I think it's because I forgot to specify that's will.
Ah, maybe. Let's try this again. There we go.
Yes, that was why.
Touchdown. All right. Excellent.
Yeah, Arthur has a strong mind. It's the only thing that's strong about him because his fortitude is 2. So.
Ooh. Okay.
He gets squished by everything else.
Yeah. Stay away from the poison.
Stay away from a lot of things.
Yeah. Make sure that Thanksgiving turkey is well done. All right. Let's see here. We've got Arthur is top of the pops for round 1. Let me change the round token to round 1. The Nightmare Realm. The malformed, gibbering mouther, Asdegor, who is a sorcerer of great power, is also melded into this creature. You don't know what kind of powers this might have.
Powers that are very dangerous. Powers that I should, if at all possible, try to disable. Now, do the initiative. I don't know how many hit dice this guy has, but hopefully not enough to be immune, as considering the fact that he was able to speak in common, that implies that he... And again, just because it speaks doesn't mean it does not necessarily mean it understands languages.
You saw it talk in response to Asdegor pleading to be killed.
Okay, so it's reasonable to assume it probably understands common. All right. In such a case, Arthur wants to make sure this thing cannot be too big a threat, so he is going to go ahead and, while he got some fun new spells, this is not the time for those fun spells. He's got to go with the good old classic. He's going to try to castigate.
Okay.
This Mouther.
There is one other thing. So as you're doing that, let me just... he has an aura too. So let me untarget everybody. And then, so just Bakai and Zed are in the aura. And the aura... Let's see here. I have myself selected. So save. The aura should be half damage. So Bakai resists, and Zed takes a little bit of electrical damage. There's like a discharge of electrical power, just as Arthur's about ready to cast his spell.
All right, its mind probably isn't strong enough to resist this, as Arthur's going to plunge fear into its mind.
Okay.
All right, that seems to have taken effect.
Yep.
As for the next 9 rounds, this guy's gonna be quaking. Is the best way to describe it.
Okay. He is quaking anyway. He was absolutely so. The torso with Esdragor it's kind of like a creepy centaur. The gibbering mother bottom and the torso of a mad sorcerer, mad Lovecraftian sorcerer, and he's got like eyes growing out of his arms and a big mouth on his chest, and he puts his head in his hands and he's weeping. Kill me! It's not supposed to be like this. Anything else, Arthur? Meanwhile, the mouths still babble. They're still gibbering.
Yeah.
Not kill.
It can't stop it from babbling, but
Yeah.
it can flood its mind with enough fear to shut it down, so it can't hurt the others. He's going to alert the others. Now that it's nice and mostly defenseless, destroy it.
All right, Bakai.
Okay. Guy whacks it.
All right. Hit.
Hit. Cool.
We'll see what your musclehead friend can do.
Smack.
Let's see what the resistance. It's got a little bit of resistance, but it is. Yes. Okay. I don't think we ever learned in the other game what the Mouther resists, but it's kind of gelatinous. The sword kind of goes through it a little bit and pops out. There is a little bit of damage that doesn't go through.
Okay. Oh, she was aiming at the wizard guy, if that mattered.
Yeah, it's all kind of one creature. 37 points of damage is nothing to sneeze at, though.
All right, that is, sir.
Okay, so let's see here.
Yeah, he is currently cowering.
Yep, it's just the gibber goes off automatically, as does the aura.
Fair enough.
So do the gibber first. Everybody's good except for Luna, appropriately enough. And then... No. So just Bakai and Zed and the electric aura. Bakai saves and Zed fails, so it should be full damage for Zed. 6 and 0, okay. And that's all it can do. Asami. There is an
last time we fought this, it made an event that was an ongoing.
Yeah, it still is. It's that the gibbering noise. You can just—it's like it's kind of echoing through this whole place. It's like not to kill, like a million voices.
And it was considered a language-dependent magical attack.
Yes.
Yep. So she's going to do a bardic performance and make counter song. But it sounds like we're saving. But might as well make it easier to save and maybe give Luna an extra save.
Yeah, it might bring Luna back from the brink. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to perform that. It's a whistle. There's certain forms I have to use.
So. Are you sure you want to? Luna's kind of leveling her long spear at Arthur's back.
No, I want that. He needs to poke the monster with that.
All right.
So, yeah.
Thankfully, Arthur has his little cloak of shadow.
Yeah.
1 in 5 chance to just not die instantly.
put this effect on. Doesn't really do anything.
No, don't worry about that.
Now it's in the notes, but I will roll a perform check, and that is the new save. If you can use the perform check or your own save. So
you got to beat a 13.
Yeah, which I should
15.
do. Just simply rolling a 0 does that, but she whistles a tune, and it is
all right.
25. So that's the save.
Excellent. Nicely
and
done.
That is a move action. And what does she recall? I know we, as players, know what this is, but our characters faced it one time, so it may not be on the top of her mind as to like how to fight this thing. Can she do a knowledge check to see if she remembers?
It's an aberration, so that would be, I think, dungeoneering?
Yeah, okay. First, let's clear that. Dungeons.
I think.
What does she remember about that? 25.
Okay, so she remembers that the one in the basement of the reality wrinkle was spitting globs of acid that was potentially blinding people. The gibbering noise she was able to counter as she just did. It was also able to like roll over people and engulf them and try to incorporate them into this mass of eyes and mouths. And kind of slowly dissolve them and take on their essence. She also notices too that I don't know if you picked this up last time, but like an actual bludgeoning weapon would probably hurt it more than a stabbing or a piercing weapon. She thinks that had Arthur not been able to shut down Esdegor, he might have retained some of his sorceress attacks.
Okay. She'll just remind everybody that a bludgeoning weapon would be most effective, but anything to take it down works. She's not going to spend her standard. I'm not going to burn spells this time. I think that we got this done. Does it look over how? Yeah, it does. I can see that. So
yeah, right. It looks like you've counted the most dangerous part. I guess now is just the aura of electricity that Zed and Bakai are in.
So next, Zed can finish it.
All right.
No, Zed's worried about that aura. He can move away. He is
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's on top of it.
I'm moving away. Yeah, I got shocked twice. It's winter. Get off the rug. Right. I will just give combat advice to Bakai. Bakai, try to slap it with the side of your sword. I know it won't do anything, but it gives you +2.
All right. Score!
He doesn't have a club, which would be handy, but he does want to have his axe, and he thinks that solves a lot of problems. So
it has in the past for him.
Things threatening the group. And,
go cleave the monster musclehead.
So let's see here. So as you enter the aura.
Yeah, he's going to take some
damage. The wizard from the mouths.
Let's see here.
Do I have to click something to engage power attack, or is that baked in?
No, it's not. We have to.
You'll have to manually add that.
Let's see, here's fail. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that. So Score's hair kind of stands up on end. And so if you go into the in the toolbar under effects, click that open. I should have done a power attack. What's his base attack? Is it plus somewhere over 5 and less than 8, right?
It's base attack is 7.
Okay, so it's going to be so just see power attack 5 to 8 two-handed.
It's gonna be -2 + 4.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Or -2 + 6.
There you go. Weapon. Yeah, so we're just going to drag that over onto Score, the one that's power attack 5 to 8 two-handed. That way you can turn it off and turn it on.
Feel like it.
Yep.
You might look at Furious Focus for a follow-up feat for him.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm talking about on the effects? So we'll go to the toolbar on the far right. I think my third one down on the right-hand column is effects. I open that up. And then you should see all the stuff.
Okay, I have to click it. Okay.
All the stuff on the left, but you want to go with those custom ones on the right. So just hover over that, grab that little icon, and then drag it into your combat tracker on score, or onto the mini. We'll also do it, and that way you're able to
5 to 8 two-handed.
Yep. That way you're able to turn it off, turn it on when you get a chance. Otherwise, I'd do it, but then I'd be
cheating.
Okay.
There we go.
It's added.
All right.
No attack. It's on.
It's on.
So, we got that.
So that should if I did the
The DR did not take effect.
DR does not. Yeah, DR. Well, it's because it's not weapon damage.
Yeah, it'll take effect.
DR only applies to bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
Yep, and it's he's using his axe.
It said dash, so I thought that meant any damage. Got it.
No, your own DR. Not electricity.
DR in general.
Yeah,
DR in general is only weapon damage. That's what resist is for. Resist is for elements.
There you go.
Kai looks at Skewer and says, "Let's see what you got."
Probably not much. He's gonna roll a 1 after all this.
Yeah. It didn't move, so it's a single attack.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
that's a hit.
She looks at the axe.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not 39, but he is 2 levels lower.
No,
yeah,
that was 2 attacks on her side. He did just almost as much damage. So respect.
Nicely done, Skewer.
Okay.
Yeah, Skewer.
All right.
All I could think is Skewer, like
Skewer. Yeah. He's probably been called that once or twice in his life.
All right, I will. Valkeen Midnight. Luna brushes path
Luna
art.
didn't roll initiative.
Luna didn't roll initiative. She's going to go last.
That's fine. Yeah, that means she goes last.
As a wizard.
Used wizard.
A wizard who's no longer going to stab Arthur.
She's changed targets. Okay, almost takes it down. Arthur, it's on the precipice of death.
Yeah, no need to get supremely fancy. Perhaps I don't know how well an Axis Splash will do against it, but may as well. I'll go ahead and try to flick one his way. Nah, that one's in the wall beside him. Oh well.
Okay.
Nah, that's about fine. Bakai will finish him off.
Confidence in Bakai. If you don't finish him, Bakai, you've got another zapping coming your way.
She doesn't notice those things.
Her hair's not standing on end like Skewer's is. Oh, Luna,
Yeah,
I forgot. Luna's got to take some damage.
The picture's accurate. There's lightning in the picture with them. So
Let's see here. I have to.
Is he really dead, or is he? Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead. I'm just seeing Luna take some damage from the electric aura too. It's 10 feet out. Okay. And we've got, I believe, that was the last encounter that didn't fade away on its own in the Caligaro house. There's there was you tell in the Caligaro house there were entities that were conscious enough to leave after Nahum had died, and you could hear moving around downstairs. So they're presumably still in the Nightmare City, unless there's some kind of super duper dreamers where they were able to come and go at their pleasure or at their leisure.
I wonder if there's a way to dominate them.
I, 'Cause, 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 'cause,
So if you remember correctly, in the real world, of course, this has been emptied out when you went back and kind of checked out the house. There was a pile of corpses in the closet when you guys investigated in the real world. And all the dead bodies were taken away from the Caligara house when you returned. You noted that too, like the drug dealers and the the cultists. Their bodies were removed from the house. There was probably saw some, I guess the equivalent of crime scene tape around the house too, which you guys easily bypassed and left intact. Your knowledge of the house. There's a million different ways to get into the house, so I'm not going to hold you to whatever. In the real world, there's a million different ways to get into the house that you guys could easily accomplish. But it looks like there was the Lankhmar watch was doing an investigation. You don't know if anyone was watching the house specifically, or you didn't see anybody outside, guards or anything like that. But there was probably a dozen bodies in this place after you guys were done with it last time, in addition to the people who had probably died already. Remember, there was the victims on the pool tables and stuff like that. That some of them you saved, but some of them were just dead bodies. So those dead bodies were all removed. But in the nightmare world, they formed into this creature, and somehow Esdegor was formed into this as well.
All right. Well, it's not moving. Is there any items in the room?
There is not.
Shut the door.
Okay.
One less annoyance in this house.
It's just kind of just a gelatinous mass now of eyes and mouths. I think the teeth are kind of like falling apart as the.
It's like bubble wrap. She starts squishing the eyes. Pop, pop, pop. Okay, that's gross. Stop it.
I stepped on a tooth.
We've been in this house before. Was there a library or a study room?
Yes.
In this house.
There was the gallery, which is over here.
Where is that? Oh, down there.
Yeah, kind of like the sitting room. That was where the elemental came up through the water. It's got the where the elevator is in the real world. It's just a puddle of water. You also know that the last time a creature came out that you sent away, you don't know if it's still bound to this house or not.
If we see it again, it will be destroyed. Unless it knows better than to fight us.
Let's see. I'll give you the description of the room. Ornate wooden staircase descends to the upper story. Opposite the rocky face of the old wall, an elegantly carved fireplace mantel of fine art. Exquisite tapestries are offset by a standing pool of black-fetid water. Okay, so that one didn't have the library. There was the... I think it's up on the second floor, actually. So it's... If you're looking at that specifically.
The stairs were north of here?
They're down here. Through the
there.
Through the gallery, yeah. So
yeah.
it's
Arthur does make it since this spot of the house is swept, is cleared. Arthur does make it known that he does want to look through the library, see if there's anything he might find interesting.
Upstairs was the Caligaro collection.
Not a bad idea to see what he has up there.
Let's see here. I'll put you up there. So that was in this room here.
Yeah. Assuming we've already swept them, because we've already swept the house before.
Yeah, there's no other threats except for that elemental that won't come out.
If it knows what's good for it, it will not come back out.
It senses your presence. So
Actually, it would... No, it wouldn't. Actually... No, it wouldn't. Yeah, because it's days in this time. It's been way longer. It's no longer reverse.
It recognizes you, though. You're the one that sent it away last time, so.
That's good. More people should.
It's not the kind of respect that you get everywhere, so you'll take it.
In time.
So the shelves of this extravagant library are overstuffed with all manner of forbidden texts, and several desks and displays stands that are littered with occult relics. There's occult relics for some of the gear that you sold in some of the esoteric shops along the Street of the Gods. You got a decent price for some of these things. You guys didn't go through the books when you were here before because you were kind of in combat, going from place to place. And then once the mimics were taken care of in the repository, which was next door, you kind of all will checked yourself out. So as you're kind of exploring the various titles in the books and that, you're probably taking your time, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's thumbing through. He's looking for anything that could be interesting, but he has a particular interest right now in anything, because he described these as sort of like forbidden text, anything that may deal with the soul, necromancy, undeath, vampirism, stuff like that.
Okay.
He's not super shy about his goals with the party. He'd rather Avis not know, but she's not here. And he doesn't think that Skewer's going to do anything about it. He's just some random drug addict. What's he going to do?
Well, he's not a drug addict anymore. He's recovered.
Good for him, is all Arthur would say.
All right, so let's see here. Anybody else looking for stuff?
I'll glance around, see if anything's changed. Go ahead.
Sorry, Ray, I missed that.
I spoke and someone else spoke at the same time, so I stopped.
It's okay. What were you going to look for?
I was just saying if there were any picture books.
Okay, yeah. So let's see here.
So we're looking for magic books, and you grab a coloring book?
Yeah. Some of the best ones.
This one's been banned in Lankhmar.
They have a much bigger word count because a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that you find as you're kind of pulling out books and checking them out, Arthur, there's a couple necromantic tomes. It's more of a generalized. There's nothing specific about the vampirism in general. It just mentions vampires are creatures of the night, and
it'll list them as an example of undead.
Yeah, as one of the more powerful undead. That some of the more powerful necromantic magics are able to control or summon. There's nothing about a lot of Nahum's. You could tell it was probably him that was writing these books. Now that you're kind of reading through them, it's kind of from his memories, or from his knowledge. And as you're kind of thumbing through the books, you notice a page or two will disappear from time to time. So they're gradually fading away as his influence over this part of the realm is been taken away. There's even on one page, you can tell it's almost completely faded, but there's written in blood. You do not belong, but it's almost completely faded. The picture books, Asami, are kind of macabre, like pop-ups of people getting stabbed through the heart and stuff like that. Zed, you find some books on the esoterics of the dream. What is it? What is a dream? What is how does one go about dreaming to the point where one's able to remember what you've actually encountered in your mind? Most of it's almost every time you dream, you that dream is lost. So it's kind of things that you've been thinking about a lot lately, and Arthur too. These books, as the pages are kind of like fading away, like they're not fading as you're watching them, but you can tell that the works themselves are slowly drifting into the ether as Caligaro's powers are gone. Whatever thoughts he might have had on them are kind of slowly being reabsorbed into the Dreamstone, probably. You get some useful insights, though, both of you do, on what your interests are. And I'm going to give you an extra +2 to any roll regarding those things while you're in the dream realm this time. And Asami, as you're going through this rather macabre pop-up book and kind of seeing what's acted out, it's a rather chilling story. But beyond that, like just the actual mechanics of the pop-up book and the subject matter, if you could make it into sort of a childlike thing, it might make for a good puppet show at some point.
Just change it to confetti, right?
Yeah, exactly. It might make an interesting puppet show for the kids for the matinee. So I'll give you
that's something.
Give you a +2 to performance while you're
okay. I want to take the book and stick it in her bag.
Okay.
See if it comes with us when we wake up.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you right now that it won't. But still, yeah,
didn't know that.
That's your experiment. You could make notes of it though, like say with Arthur and Zed. You can make spend some time and make physical notes of things that you know for sure are going to come back through to you. And
Arthur will train. Arthur brought some parchment. If we have like charcoal or anything around that, he could make some rubbings of some important pages. Let's try to recreate some things.
Yeah, for sure. You can definitely do that. Also, in going around and pulling out books, I guess Bakai's probably just like taking stuff off shelves and flipping through it and putting it.
Doing like
now that I'm thinking about it, I wasted a chance to steal a soul. Oh well.
What's that? Said?
He's probably like Sami said, looking at picture books.
Okay, and Score's probably just kind of standing guard. Luna is specifically casting Detect Magic. She's going through everything. And you guys find a wax mummified hand on a chain.
That's always good.
It's a mummified 7-fingered hand that hangs by a golden chain. It is particularly macabre. It looks like it was, the fingers are long and almost purplish, and the nails are grown out and kind of curved into points. The 7 fingers it's off-putting when you see it, and it's probably about 1.5 feet in length from the wrist to the tip of the longest finger, which is the 3rd finger on the hand, not the 2nd. And it is radiating faint transmutation, which is probably why you guys didn't notice it the first time around. its aura almost kind of blends into the house itself.
What knowledge would be necessary to identify what kind of creature the hand would belong to?
Okay, that would be, let me see here. I'm going to see what it was in. This is a creature that that Paizo doesn't have the rights for.
Oh, so it's real hard.
Yeah. So what it was in D20.
Paizo's gonna. Yeah,
I know they're gonna sue me. I'm pretty sure it was an aberration. Shoot me a roll, whatever knowledge roll you want to do, and then let's see here.
Well, it turns out all her knowledge is the same except for Arcana.
Okay, so that's really fine. Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Cool.
Yeah, I'll just.
The DC's 25.
What is Aberration to fall under?
It doesn't matter. You can pick out whichever one you want to roll.
25.
Yeah.
It's a creature called an illithid.
Oh, mind flayers.
Yeah.
The illithid.
The
Don't need that.
the chain is crafted as such that it looked like it was put together by a fairly skilled jeweler from Lankhmar. It looks like it was actually brought through here. Is that this actually belonged to somebody? And in one of the, in a pair of the links near where the clasp is, to attach it around the back of the neck. In the links, one of the links has the a stamp of like a bronze mask that's laughing. And on the other side is a stamp of a bronze mask that is crying. And you've seen those symbols in Jazadrun. This might have actually belonged to Jazadrun. I'm going to throw this in the party sheet. You guys can try and identify it if you wish. It's actually a tangible magic item from Lankhmar.
Yeah, what is it? What's the role to identify a magic item?
Spellcraft. Spellcraft, knowledge, arcana, whatever you're better at. This one's fairly simple. This is a pretty simple magic item. Yeah, that's enough to do it. It's called a Hand of the Mage. It allows the wielder, so it takes up a necklace slot to utilize the Mage Hand spell at will. It's worth 900 gold relics.
For someone else, a mage hand.
I guess Luna.
She might.
That's an at will, right?
What's that?
At will?
Yeah, it's mage hand all the time.
Yeah, as the cantrip, just cast it whenever you feel like it.
Okay.
So let me 900 relics, necklace slot.
An illithid hand, though.
I don't know what an illithid is.
Asami's probably somewhere in her travels. Maybe there's like a story about.
She rolled the check, so I identified it. So she obviously knew something.
Yeah, some kind of purple-fleshed creature with tentacles for a face that is able to absorb brains. It has fantastic spellcasting powers.
All right, look at Asami. You're just making this shit up.
I don't know, maybe.
Powerful psychics.
You guys did know because you did spend a day or so with the Dark Stalker. I don't know if you remember his name or not. In Jazadrun. He was there working for somebody who was able to remotely view what he was doing. So there is, below the undercity of Lankhmar, there is a whole world of whatever.
Might be good to explore down there at some point.
You might be able to. Some sort of Lovecraftian horror wizard, tentacles on his face from another realm. But that was a different module. You guys went a different way.
Well, that's the thing about modules. You can always toss them back at us.
Exactly.
Just make some adjustments. Give him a few more hit dice, a spell or two here.
Exactly.
Leadership skill and 35 henchmen later.
What else would you like to do?
Keep exploring.
Okay. Yeah, you guys come.
Yeah, imagine what Arthur found was the most interesting things. Like, he doesn't find anything more than what was described, correct?
Yeah, you guys find all kinds of things, but you concentrate on what's of the most interest to you specifically.
Yeah. The undeath vampirism thing, as well as this plane. He does remember that prophecy becoming the new night of supplanting the Nightmare Lord. Let's see how he can make that official. Is another thought he has.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of that knowledge is in the Paginarum Lethargica, because that book is specifically designed or specifically written about the Dreamstone and controlling it and expanding it and how it works. And it's basically his knowledge over 75 years multiplied by 24 hours in a day. So, like,
a lot.
Over a millennium of knowledge.
Yeah, 300 by 8. Yeah, it should be 2,400 years.
Yeah, so if that's how long he'd been imprisoned here.
75 by 24.
Yeah, same with Jazadrune. Thinking back to it, just important things that we might not have come upon.
1,800, my apologies.
Yeah, it might have been lost. As you guys are kind of sitting around this house and thinking about what happened when you combated Nahum just upstairs, he had told about how he had turned Jazadrune's creation upon herself, and he had convinced certain aspects of her dream realm to turn on her, and that's how he was able to supplant her and become the Nightmare Lord of this realm. So somehow Jazadrune had created an area like the Dreamstone had created, like kind of as Nahum's thoughts created this realm. But she was able to, without the Dreamstone, create another realm that he's sealed off and convinced aspects in that realm to kill her. So he was able to completely rule over this place himself. That was how he was able to become the Nightmare Lord of this realm.
Yeah. Considering the fact that he's now gone, there's a large power vacuum. I wonder if it's a simple title or if there's something you have to specifically do to really claim this plane. Or there's gonna have to look into that in the future.
Okay. Zed, are you experimenting with any of your or is it just kind of like a subconscious thing that you...
It's subconscious for now.
Okay. So in a lot of these writings, too, because this is all... Everything from Caligaro's mind is in these books. That he learned to control this place over the course of years. He learned to control it. He learned to exert his will. It's not something you can just kind of snap your fingers and just do.
Yeah,
yeah, of course. You gotta tune yourself to this plane.
So in the real world, when he was probably sent here he had a vision of his house. He might have been a young man at the time, and he was able to erect this house in his mind's vision over the course of centuries to become this tangible place that you're able to stand in now despite his death. But aspects of it are slowly fading, like his memories would, like his thoughts in these books and stuff like that, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, Arthur will grab every parchment that he has, scribble down as much information as he needs from these papers so they don't all disappear.
Okay. You guys can also spend
25 pages, so that's good. He'll he'll use both sides if he has to.
If you want to, you can spend one of your 24 days just in here recording as much as possible, or getting as many ideas as you want, and then getting a rest in too. And then we'll get everybody healed up.
We're in no rush right now. We can afford to do that.
Yeah, assuming all you have to do is be back here in another 23 Dream World days. And you're not sure how the bubble of the Nightmare Realm will go when it kind of shrinks when you get to that edge. I don't know if you've ever been to the edge of the Nightmare Realm before. So it's things to explore. It's of interest to Zed, and it's of interest to Arthur at the same point in time. And I know Asami's seen that there's things that she can get out of this too. So
good.
And you also know that no matter how much it shrinks, the gate to the realm that Jazzadreen created will always be in this house as long as the Dreamstone stays upstairs. And we'll kind of we'll put a pin in here. Think about things that you want to do and see over the next so many sessions. And I'll try to make up a few extra things too. From where you guys are in the room, there's windows that look outside. And you do see the looming figure. And there's like the crack of lightning as it starts to rain outside. The bell tolls from the old courthouse. With the flash of lightning, you see the darkened top window of Ledbetter's. You don't know if it's an alchemy establishment at this point or not, but the top window of Ledbetter's property.
Did we do a rest?
Yeah, we're going to do a rest till. Yeah.
Okay.
Feel free to. But what you see up in the top window, the lightning flash, just in the flicker, you see a hulking gray figure. Humanoid. And it's got dark eyes.
Hulking giant? Hulking gargantuan?
Hulking, taller than anyone you've seen, and you've seen some pretty big barbarians roaming around Lankhmar, so bigger than a 7-footer. I'm trying to think. Probably the size of
large.
Yeah, maybe the size of Giant Luna.
Yeah, I was gonna say Giant Luna sized.
Yeah, kind of up in the top or the uppermost window of Ledbetter's.
I don't know how tall Galarian. I guess this isn't Galarian. I don't know how tall Lankhmar elves are, but imagine Giant Luna would be relatively tall.
Yeah, probably 9-10 feet tall, something like that. 10, 11.
Okay. All right.
I think it'd double in size, so whatever she is, it'd be doubled.
Yeah, probably say 10, 11 feet, something like that. But it's massively built. You just kind of catch all you can see is like kind of a whitish gray, and it kind of stands out and just it's gone as the lightning flash dissipates. And you can also see in that lightning flash through the fog and the mist and stuff like that too. There's figures flying around. You imagine that those are the night gaunts that are still roaming this realm. With who knows what else.
Destroy them.
So let's give you an overnight and we'll get everybody back to 0 hit points and you can...
Yeah, if anything picks fights with us, we'll take them down. And if I have the slots, I'm taking their souls. They're mine.
Yep, no worries. Did you do that with the gibbering mouther?
I forgot.
Okay.
I would have loved to, but the player forgot.
Okay. We can go back to it because Esdragor.
Because Arthur has plenty of 4th level slots.
Yeah.
Still remaining.
You knew for a fact that Esdragor was a powerful wizard. Like, he was the Blessed One, and he gave you guys a hell of a time on his own.
Yeah,
basically.
I just have a lot on my sheet I forgot about in the moment.
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead. I'll let you retroactively do that if you spend the resources.
All right.
Yep, no problem. And then overnight rest, and you guys will be at full and able to continue to explore the Nightmare Realm.
Yeah. Yeah. What would the value of that gem be?
He was a 9th level sorcerer.
It's based on, I think, hit dice, unless you.
So 9.
You
Hit dice 9.
Stuff. Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. Esdagor was in Clark Ashton Smith's story, the Seven Geshes.
Yeah. Can you give me a spelling of Esdagor?
Yes.
I'm going to try and visit our abodes if they're within the realm.
Your place is not. Asami's might be on the fringe of it. If she gets to it within the next couple days, it's probably be there. The church is kind of protected in this realm. It's kind of a glow, and that is Avis's consecration of it. Your old apartment is. That's maybe why you were starting to have all the freaky dreams that you were having.
Is there anybody rich, like one of those guys we could, or the Thieves Guild or something we could visit to just kind of get an idea of the layout and stuff?
The way that the dream world works, that the only people that are permanent in here are the people that the Sorcerers Guild sent in, or that had some sort of connection. Like Esdagor could travel to this place in his mind. When he was able to travel between planes, this is one of the planes he was able to go to specifically, which is kind of how his body wound up here after he died. To be like a permanent fixture in here, you actually had to be like transplanted specifically. So in the dream realm, there might be fleeting entities in certain places based on how much they're able to say how often their dreams they're able to lucidly dream co-opted in here, as opposed to just you go to sleep and you have a nightmare and you wake up. Like, say somebody, for instance, like Ledbetter, being across the street from the Dreamstone his whole life. He's probably got a permanent dream entity in here. Whereas a person gets drunk and passes out on the street, has a nightmare, their little dream bubble, this is where they got sucked into, but they're also gone when they wake up. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, as far as you would know, like right now, Ledbetter's, obviously. Maybe Carrington's might have a, just based on her esoteric connection with the, having part of her being imprisoned here. Her shop in the night market might be a place to visit. You don't know about the carnival. That might be something. I'm trying to think of other places where you would know of a party powerful enough to be able to lucidly dream and have like sort of a semi-permanent entity.
Well, we can explore.
Yeah, think about that. If you think of other places, might be places that I haven't thought of that you guys have explored. Feel free to pop an idea into the chat, and I'll go, oh, yeah, and maybe make something up or not. Yeah, Esdegor was in the story called The Seven Geshes. I've taken a few. The Vormis, the kind of like ape man kind of guys that you fought in the warehouse at where Esdegor was. They appear in that story. A lot of my stuff I get from Clark Ashton Smith, so stealing liberally from the master and doing a shitty job of it.
No, we're good.
All right, good. Excellent. So I'll try to figure out a way to give you those bonuses.
I'm not worried about it.
While you're in those realms, maybe I'll put a little marker on your sheet. Good game, guys. That was fun.
Yeah.
Alrighty. We'll see you next time.
All right. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Night, everybody.
Excellent.